editor not looking quite the way it needs to. Let's fix that quickly. Come on. Is it locked? Display capture. Yeah, it's locked. Anyway, folks, welcome back to Fallout 4. I said I'd be streaming it later today. And yeah, we're back in the modding game. Now, this isn't going to be a proper Let's Play. I'm just going to kind of show you some stuff in the game, and we're going to pop out to Vortex and FO Edit. I'm going to work on some mods, kind of show you what I'm working on, because primarily what I'm doing right now is building my compatibility mods for the latest playthrough. But I did want to show you some stuff. And, you know, in the future I'll talk more in detail about the mods, but of course right now I'm still in the mod building process. But I wanted to show you guys this. Load in first. So I'm running with a number of mods, including mods I created myself, including one that I recently just uploaded an update to the Nexus, which basically removes rubber banding, that is level bouncing. So all enemies will spawn at their maximum level, and they will follow you through load doors. As you can see here, we're in the Museum of Freedom, though it may not be the Museum of Freedom you know, nor maybe this outfit I'm wearing. Because we all know what that route goes to. Now I have cleared it out off screen, and it was a hell of a fight. But there's something else you might not be aware of. It's a settlement. Yes, I'm running with the Cut Content Museum of Freedom mod, which greatly expands the museum itself, as well as making it into a settlement. Let's go out of walking mode. Go out of walking mode. There we go. I'll give you a little tour of everything that's here. Obviously, a lot of these places are behind locked doors and whatnot. But we've got this little area here. We've got a huge basement area. Multiple floors, multiple enemies. As you can see, this goes out here. We got this area that goes down here into the basement, which is a pretty big basement, as you can see. Lots of nuances, lots of side rooms. Just generally speaking, pretty robust location. I'm not even showing you all of it. I'm just kind of showing you some of it, folks. Because there is a lot in this place. Now, where is my staircase down into the even lower levels, into the bowels, if you would? Because that's really what I want to take you through, is the bowels. I'm not going to be here. It's going to be over around here in the basement. I remember it being in the basement is how you get to the bowels. Is it this way? No, it's over there. This is how we get to the bowels. Now, it's being a bit buggy because because one of my compatibility patches had a couple of mods were having some weird stuff going on in the Museum of Reading. So this place is a bit buggy because even though that door bar should be up, it's not. So we'll do a toggle collision. Yes, I'm running in survival mode, but I've got console commands. You can see there's a bunch of ghouls in here. No, I didn't need that. Because what you're going to find is this area. And I haven't cleared out the civic access. So you're getting an idea of just how tough things are going to be. Because the Museum of Freedom does expand the civic access as well. As there were a bunch of ghouls there. I just went to the first room to see the access point. And you might recognize this area. I hear Mirelurks. You also might not hear any background music. Another modern music removes the background music. I'm using better locational damage as well, which is a mod that improves locational damage. I'm also using a mod called Damage Type Variation, which adds different damage types, like fire and cryo and electrical, to various weapons, though you may not see them in these particular weapons. Get past the raider. Up here, this familiar little area, I'm using Ephra's new chems and chem retextures, so that's why you're seeing stuff like pills and Stimrad. And yes, I'm using a mod that adds a lot more improvised weapons, several in fact. So as you can see here, this dead raider was trying to wield a wooden spoon as a weapon. Let's go this way. And yes, you can see I've got the paints from the Creation Club. There's a lot going on here. Machete. Aluminum can, tin can. Mentats. Some ammo. Some of the survival chems. Taboo tattoos. Well, we know that that's one of the exit points, and that leads to some other stuff. So let's explore over here. Switch over to, let's try the injector. This is my melee weapon. Another improvised weapon. Chinese officer's sword, and yes, I've got a plastic fork. One that I've actually upgraded. Though you don't see the upgrades, unfortunately. Because the mod that adds improvised weapons doesn't have any support for item modifications, but I was able to quickly hack it in. So, if we actually look at my plastic fork, it is aluminum and sharp. While my injector is spiked in aluminum. That's another exit, so I don't need to worry about that path. And yeah, there's all kinds of improvised weapons. It's really kind of crazy. There's chairs. Pretty much any item you could think of has with the mod been usable. And it actually uses some script injection. So you'll still find the normal items as scrap, but when you pick them up, they get turned into weapons auto-magically. See, like there, scissors is listed as scrap, but when I pull it into my inventory, you'll actually see scissors. He's a weapon. Remember, kids, don't run with scissors. Unless you're the sole survivor. There's sugar bombs. Wooden spoon, that'll also be turned into a weapon. Auto-magically. There's a Radaway, there's a tomato. Beer bottle. Take a quick look up here. Some potato crisps. Any hidden loots over here? No, that's just one of our exit points. And I'm going to turn on my HUD, because one of the mods I have is that, which changes around the actual dialogue you get for when you enter into combat, you automatically go into sneak. And I have another one that changes around the dialogue, as you can see. Crap! Crap! I thought it was safe to loot. It wasn't safe to loot. It was not safe to loot. And yes, I've got the HUD Plus mod, which you can see gives you more mouse over details for the HUD. Let's go into third person so that when I auto sneak, you'll actually see it. Save. Oh, I must be poisoned or sick? Let's see what's going on here. Q, show effects. Acquire frequent sleep, so I've got fatigue, I'm tired, I'm parched, and I've got a medium wound. Okay, so better locational damage did add an item for wounding called bandages, so this is a perfect chance to show that off. Where are you? Is it aid? Bandage. Staunches the flow of blood and mends wounds, so if I go over to stats here and go to Q, show effects, bandage. So I'm no longer bleeding. While we're here, we might as well do a couple of other things. I think I'm a bit peckish, so I'll have a steak and drinks. And let's see what else. That should be it. Level up. Now, I know there is a perk I need to get in order to have access. Yes, I need blacksmith in order to have the weaponsmith work slot. I'm going to have to remove those limitations because without the weaponsmith workbench from Armorsmith Extended, I can't actually make visible weapons, which is kind of a bummer. But let's throw a point into strength. So that'll unlock the next level. And the game really does feel completely different when you don't have all the background music. It's a lot eerier. Oh yeah, and I have this immersive squeaky doors mod. It's a little frightening when the doors just go squeak! And you realize, yeah, they're squeaking because they're supposed to be squeaking. Still prefer to go to first person when looting. Is it V? Yeah, it's V. You can see some of the stuff there.
Nice.
And no, I haven't done the Deathclaw run yet.
Other side's chained up.
Now, I should be able, actually. What's the best way to do this? Alright. Before the Deathclaw run is, this is actually closed off. You can't actually get over there. However, can I shoot through this? Doesn't look like I can shoot through it. The thing with chains is if you can shoot them from the other side, they will actually open. You know, I've got a mod call which gives actual shrapnel to grenades. This is going to be painful because I don't actually have a throwing arc. So I'm probably going to regret this. No. Doesn't look like I could hit it. That's a bummer. So we actually have to do the Deathclaw run in order for that to open up and loot that other side. But I don't want to actually do the Deathclaw run because I haven't activated my Power Armor Overhaul mod. I really don't like to jump into Power Armor until I've got all my Power Armor mods in place. Even if it's the starter Power Armor. Now there really isn't much more to explore here. Let me just reorient myself on which way is back towards the main city. Is it this way to Red Rocket? Yeah, this way. Because what I'll show you is one more thing before we pop out and I start working on various compatibility mods, which I only do for a bit on camera, but I kind of want you guys to see the process. Because with Vortex, it's not all that difficult from NNM or MO. But I want to show you guys it anyway. So I'm running with a mod called Underground Railroad Redux, which basically enables it for all of the DLCs. So let's open the path to the Underground Railroad. It's proccing all these things, so I'm technically in range of all of them. We'll get it triggered. But you can see, yeah, it's actually chained, it's gated, until you actually go through the manhole on that side. So I have to go to South Boston, find the manhole there. I have to go to Cambridge, find the manhole there. I come through that manhole, come here, unchain it. Same thing with Quincy. There's one in Weston. There's one in Diamond City, or outside Diamond City, rather. There's one outside the Boston Airport. There's one in Medford. There's one in Concord. You know, I should find the one in Concord. Shouldn't be too hard to find. There's one in Salem, which looks creepy as fuck. Here's Sanctuary. You can see there really isn't anything in here, but you can see some of them actually do have some loot just outside the area. Then we've got this creepy little junction, which leads us down here. You can see here, Bahaba. It's supposed to be, you know, pre-war. There's Nuka Town. This is Murkwater, construction site, I believe. Nahant. This is Quana Point. Don't know what that one is, off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't even tell from the set decorations. Scully Square. So that, of course, is Good Neighbor. That's his pre-war name. Natick. And that looks pretty creepy, too. Fort Independence. That looks pretty nice, actually. So yeah, this covers all the DLCs. And yeah, it's just, it's a neat little place. It's a neat little mod. It's good for those of you who don't have fast travel, because then you can just pop into a sewer, go underground, have an immersive way of traveling underground to your various locales. Yeah, sure. I'll take the antibiotics and Stimpaks. Won't hurt. Some free chems on the table here. Radex. Rugged Explorer's outfit. Sure. And various resources. Nothing too terribly bad. And let's see. Now we came in through Sanctuary. Let's pop back out. And let's actually spin back around. See if we can find the one in Concord before we pop out to do some modding. So, of course, it's a sewer. It's going to be on the road. Plus, as night falls, the Night of the Creeps mod should kick in. Now, the Night of the Creeps mod is just another one of those mods I installed for sort of my immersion, I guess would be the term. Because what the Night of the Creeps mod does is ghouls. Ghouls will spawn at night. Let's see, we're on the road here, so we should actually get a pop-up saying we discovered the Concord manhole. So we keep running along here. We should get some procking of it. I do plan to install Boston Interiors to open up some locations. There's the workhouse. My map give me any indication of where it might be? Is it over maybe this way? I'm just going to run along the roads until I see a manhole cover. I'm seeing ghouls. And there's me going into sneak mode. Is it around here? It should actually be around here. Going by the mini-map. Look over this way. Around the back. Great. Cannot run. Wonderful. Scared me for a second there, dog meat. It's gotta be like over here. It's like towards the edge of the town? Maybe it's towards the edge of the town. Because if I can find that, I could just take that back to Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, damage from being carrying too much. That's fine. Yeah, I think it might be over by that car. Though this definitely doesn't feel like it's in Concord now, does it? It definitely feels like it's outside of Concord. In fact, what's coming up on the side there? Is that the ghoul cabin? I feel like that might be the ghoul cabin. And is that Trash Can Carla? That might very well be Trash Can Carla. That's probably the ghoul cabin, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's gotta be here. I've gotta be like standing right on top of it. It's gotta be like around this bend. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, the first time I ran with this mod, I always found the Concord one to be pretty out of the way. But yeah, it's gotta be like right over there where that fence breaks. But while we're here, we'll talk to Carla.
Yeah? Excuse me. So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
Girl, have you come to the wrong place? My loving days have long since passed. I'll tell you what.
Always go for this option. You get a permanent discount with Carla.
Give you a discount.
Let's see what you have.
You break it?
Alright. Well, I should be able to get some of my inventory sorted out by selling her a few things. Sure, why not? Ooh, what is this? Let me grab... Well, I can't afford a bunch of them, but I'll grab a couple. I'm curious what that is. I could sell her a bunch of purified water, too. Got tons of it. Anything else of note that she carries? Oh no, she's not carrying any mods, so she doesn't have any legendary weapons because I have the Unique Uniques mod. Alright. E. Art accept. I should now no longer be over encumbered. And now... Is it over here? Yeah, it's got to be like right around here. Concord manhole. Yeah, really out of the way, isn't it? I guess they put it in place here because a lot of people like to mod Concord, so this prevents it from being overwritten by mods to the Concord area. But yeah, here we go. Look like there's too much free loot in here, but we just go remove the chain. And then we can just go swing over to Where is it? Sanctuary. It's by the end. It's by the thing. Pop into here. Go to the Commonwealth. And now we're just outside of Sanctuary. Night is definitely falling, so we should be running into some ghouls. But I've got Sanctuary pretty well defended, so it should be fine. Let's first go over here. Because those of you who might know of the Bubblers mod, it actually misses a few items, so I actually kind of recreated it. And just grabbed all the water fountains. Sure. Grab a drink. Throw everything into the inventory. Not quite sure how much longer I'll have to wait. Before we run into some ghouls trying to shank us. So I'll probably give it a couple minutes before we pop out and work on the actual modding stuff. Let me just dump everything in here quickly. I wonder what perfume and aftershave do. I'll have to check to see what mod they're from. There we go. I may have to check if Night of the Creeps is set to only go off at 6 p.m. the default time, but they should be showing up. There's no reason they shouldn't. They're designed to spawn at night, though I haven't seen them quite yet. Yeah, maybe they stay off the beaten path. I'm not really seeing any indication of there being any ghouls out there. But again, still working on compatibility patches. There might be something conflicting with it I have to build a compatibility patch for. Alright, good enough point to end things here. Do a quick save. Alrighty, so we're going to go up to the dashboard here in Vortex, and we're going to hit up FO Edit 4. Let's do its thing. And I've got my list of all my compatibility patches to make. So let's see. Don't want to do them all here because it's going to be boring. I just want to kind of show you guys that it's just as easy to make mods with Vortex as it is with MO or any of the other ones. Let's look at lootable redcoats. Need to make an Armorsmith extended patch for that. So there's lootable redcoat mannequins. And I just need to worry about the armor items. And is there anything else I need to worry about? Material swaps, containers. Let's close this up, wait for everything to fully load. Proc my pen. Just quickly scratch that off of my list so I know I've done it. Because it's not going to take that long to do. All I have to do is look at Armorsmith Extended, look at the Colonial Duster. and basically replicate the same effects on that. Actually, while I'm here, Night of the Creeps. Class keywords. Am I seeing anything here that could possibly cause a conflict? Magic effect? No. Notes? No. No. I can't imagine what could be in here that'd be causing a conflict. Quest? Spawn quest? My stage, target value, controller script, float, edited cooldown, sleep protection, night stage. Doesn't really seem like it should. There's anything that should cause it to have problems. But maybe I just didn't wait long enough. This is only like this, technically the second night in my game. Because, yeah, I haven't really had to sleep much just going to Concord. So I've only slept once, and after you sleep once, that's when when the mod actually adds it to your inventory. So technically the mod just activated because I slept once. So yeah, it might just be doing its thing. Hasn't procced yet, but that's why I'm in the testing phase. Anyway, background items have loaded. We've got this. Does this need any tinkering? All right, so I actually do need to build a mod that deals with the conflict between the Orphans mod and the Lootable Redcoats mod, which shouldn't be too big a problem. I just grabbed the Orphans mod, and yeah, so the Orphans mod is 70 in my load order. So go to 70 in my load order. It's gonna be really simple to do. Now, level item, here it is. Copy as an override into, and I'm just gonna call it by a useful name. It's gonna be lootable red. Whoop. Lootable red coat plus AE plus orphan. So it's got the kids' clothes in there. Don't need to worry about that one. Containers, no conflict cells, nothing I need to really worry about. Ooh, yeah, this one's dealing with a problem, isn't it? Alright, so we'll take all of these, copy as an override into lootable redcoat plus AE. I also need to grab the armors and do the same things. Lootable redcoats plus AE. I now need to go to Armorsmith Extended. I'm going to go to Armor Add-ons. Actually, I probably don't need to even look at Armor Add-ons. I'm primarily looking at armor, and I want to find, like, Colonial Duster. We'll do a copy as an override. Drop that down at the bottom, which should add AE as a requirement. Yep. Like I said, not that hard with Vortex. It's pretty much the same as with anything else. So we go here. Got everything loaded. I'm going to do add a level list entry. Swing down to the bottom. That's 1 and 1. Edit, copy, escape. Paste. So now it's got the vendors will spawn with kids' clothes and the American regular clothes. Done and done. can see here that this is all going to be basically the same thing. All of that, compare selected. So we actually want to remove some selected records, remove some selected records, remove some selected records, remove, 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 copy across. Can delete the colonial duster because we don't need to worry about it. We're mainly looking here to see if there's any additional stuff that I missed. Yeah. That being rugged is considered as a type of Under Armour. It's got the military slot. Going to have the Minuteman slot. Also have the Minuteman slot here. Add, edit, that. Pair selected. Remove, 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 copy, 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 copy. So do a quick hide all that's not the same. What are we looking at here that's not right? Doesn't need the gloves. Does need add-on. So let's see, legendary add-on. All that's looking good. Remove the closing class Minutemen because that's only in armor keywords. Everything else looks good, but mostly focusing on armor extended. Everything looks good there. So we'll take the British regulars and we'll make these all basically have the same stats. Copy to selected records. Copy to selected records. Copy to selected records. Copy to selected records. Delete. Alright, quickly look at the Minuteman one. Everything that needs to be in there is in there. Good. British regulars. Everything that needs to be in here should be in here. Good. American regulars. Yep. Military fatigues. This needs a couple bits of tweaking, but nothing big. Move that one. Everything else looks good. Remove that. Move it up. Move it up. Move it up. Everything looks good. So there's the tri-corner hat. Now we know there is another tri-corner hat in the game. It's what Hancock wears. So we're actually go up to Armor Smith Extended again. Go to Armor. And I'm going to actually go over here to sort by name. So I actually want to find Tricorn Hat. Copy as an override. Drop it down here. Deletable. Done. Close that one up. Drop back down here. Do we want to look at tricorn hat, compare it to tricorn hat, compare selected. We want to remove the headband limitation. Just do a quick copy to everything. Copy to selected records. Copy to selected records. Copy to selected records. That should be good. We now don't need the one from AE anymore. We can just look at this one. Everything looks good. Looks like we're gonna have to keep that because that's unique to this one. I'll actually move it up. Restore that. Add a keyword, edit. False. Yeah, we don't need armor, body part, head. British regulars, American regulars, all that's good. Now we're just looking at this one. I tend not to worry about the stuff down here, the bone values. Suppose I could, but it's not a big deal. Valentine can now wear that. Hello, Torin. Welcome. And I'm now just going to take a look at the regulars uniform and do the same thing with a compare selected. Remove. 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 Copy. That's now set up and compatible. That just leaves the tricorn hat, which we now have to go back up to Armorsmith Extended. Go to Armor Add-ons. We need to try and find the tricorn hat. Let's try going here. Close. Will I find tricorn hat, or will it be AA Hancock or something like that? Helmet, handy clothes, policeman, mobster, Institute lab coat, Grognock, baseball, McCready hat. Alright, so for this one I'm going to have to actually go over to armor, find tricorn hat again, which, you know, not that hard to do. Let's go over to tricorn hat. It's worn by Hancock, and it uses what item? Hide no conflict, rose, turn that off. I'm looking for AA clothes Hancock hat. That's what I need to use in order to do my comparison. So we're going to close this, open that, go to editor ID, AA clothes Hancock's hat, copy as an override. Drop this down into the lootable redcoats again. Close up Armorsmith Extended, because we're now done with that. Close up the armor. We've now built our compatibility on the armor side. Now we just need to compare the regular's hat to Hancock's hat, do a compare select. And let's see. Copy to selected race. Copy to selected race. Is there anything else in here that I need to worry about? No, that's the only thing I need to worry about is who can wear it. Yeah, that's it. Those two are now compatible. All those things look fine. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing really complicated there to do. So we'll remove Hancock's hat so we don't have duplicate records. Save. And our compatibility patch is done. It's just the same as if you would use Mod Organizer or Nexus Mod Manager. Vortex makes it no more difficult to make your own patches, mods, whatever. So that's our new compatibility patch for the lootable redcoats plus AE plus orphans. We're done. I will stay on the chat to answer a few questions from the chat. But other than that, I'll take us off camera and I'll continue working on this off camera so I can watch videos on my secondary screen because it's a lot of typing and it's kind of boring, and we all know it will be. You don't want to see me sitting here for 1 or 2 hours just typing in lines of code. Or maybe you do. But yeah, I got a ton of compatibility patches that I have on my list. 4 little sheets of paper of compatibility patches. So before I actually do my Let's Play, I have to get through all of this, plus any new ones I discover. But I'll keep you guys abreast of things. Alrighty. Have a good one, everybody. Hope you had a fine time.